Good morning, y'all. So, I woke up and I had like a serious episode of like mucus where I felt like you know how when you accidentally have like fluid splash up into your nasal cavity in the back of your throat and it has that burning sensation? That's what happened to me this morning, and I thought I was like drowning on like mucus. So I sat up, I sat forward, I was like coughing and clearing it out, And then I asked my husband to get me some hot water so that I could break it up and get rid of it. And then I did, and then I was so exhausted, so I passed out again for like sleep. And then I woke up at like 9:30. And then now I've just been like doing whatever, just figuring the day out. I'm hoping this is the worst of it and it's gone. Man, this bronchitis is really, really kicking my bum. I haven't been this sick in years, y'all. Like, since I started Prozac, I don't get that sick, Not like this. Wow. Anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a morning update before I call my husband. And, yeah, I'll do a couple of postings today, maybe a blog. Don't worry. And of course, there will be videos throughout the day, depending on what I decide to do. Like, I might just walk down to the post office and back just to get some fresh air, because it's good for you when you're sick to get fresh air. So, yeah, I might do that. Anyway, keep praying for me, y'all. I think I'm almost over it. Almost. All right, later for now. Love y'all. Good morning. My God, I did a whole video and it didn't even record. What? Sometimes, I swear. Anyway, yesterday, after my morning video, I was gonna get dressed and walk to the post office and back. However, I noticed a really severe rash growing on my stomach and my chest, and it spread rapidly and very quickly. I don't know what triggered it. Not at all, because I did not take any more Robitussin since 9:30 the night before, because I had a slight reaction, right? I had a slight rash, so I stopped taking it. Like, I didn't take it all day yesterday since 8 a.m. when I went to Mass. On Sunday. 8 a.m. before I went to Mass on Sunday, I took it. So yesterday I did not have anything in my system since 8 a.m. Sunday, okay? This rash was very aggressive. When I found it at like noon when I was getting dressed, it was all over, right? And it was just starting to like really blotch and like show up really deep red. And I was like, oh no. Then I started getting a slight fever. Then I started getting dizzy, shortness of breath, and nausea. Then I ended up having very violent dookies. So I called it, I'm going to the hospital, there's something wrong. I'm having an allergic reaction or something's going on. I was freaking out, okay? So ambulance comes to get me. I'm in the ambulance. My blood pressure's really high. They wanted to give me epinephrine, but I said no. I was scared, okay? Because I've never taken it before. My blood pressure was already really high, and I probably would have went into cardiac arrest. So I was like, no, let's wait till we get to the hospital. And she said, okay. She's like, are you scared of needles? I'm like, yes, but that has nothing to do with this. I'm being cautious. And she's like, okay. And so we get to the hospital, and I'm there all day, guys, all day, because they thought it was 3 different things going on at once, okay? So I have bronchitis, as you guys know. Well, they tried to turn it into, 2020. No. And I was like, no, it's bronchitis. It was diagnosed 4 days ago. And they're like, but how do you know? I'm like, they wanted to put something up here. I was like, no. You ain't sticking anything in me unless I know what it is. If I can't identify it, it ain't going in. Okay? And they're like, okay. So instead they gave me a little tiny dissolvable pill for Gravol because of my nausea. It tasted like rockets. It was so delicious. I was like, wow. I didn't know they had these. Because I use children's Gravol, It's basically what I use for my nausea. Anyway, so the first thing they thought it was an allergy. That was their main concern, that it was an allergy. So they started doing some weird tests to find out if it was an allergy. And they quickly ruled out it was an allergic reaction because, first of all, it's been many hours since my last exposure. And last night when it showed up, it was very mild compared to when I woke up and started getting dressed. I told her I waited a while to call because I thought maybe it was like heat-induced inflammation, from psoriasis. Sometimes that happens. So I waited a couple of hours before I called because I wanted to make sure that it wasn't heat-related. And it was spreading. And she's like, good call. She's like, I think it might be an immune response to whatever's going on in your lungs. And I was like, okay. So they took my blood. They gave me a liquid steroid to see if that would help. And then they waited. Now, the liquid steroid, I don't know what was going on. My body was just not reacting the way it usually reacts. So since I've started Prozac, I don't freak out the way I used to before Prozac. I've never had like a severe panic attack where I can't breathe and I'm like gasping for air and I'm freaking out and I'm like curled into a ball, okay? Haven't had any of those kinds of episodes since Prozac. And I was so happy. Yesterday they gave me this freaking steroid and I guess my body was in like, survival mode, like serious alert mode. It started setting off alarms for some reason. And I had a full-blown panic attack. I'm screaming, help me, I can't breathe. And I'm like gasping and grabbing the bed. And I start freaking out. The doctor and the nurse comes in. And they start checking me, laying me back. Let's see if it's actually your throat closing up, dear. Put something on my tongue, pulling it down. Your throat's very red, but I don't see any swelling. So she took my vitals and then that left the vital thing on to make sure that I was okay. And she said, your oxygen looks good. Let's listen to your lungs. So I tried to breathe, but I was like struggling because of my panic attack. And she's like, I think you're having a panic attack. I'm like, I think I'm having a panic attack too. And then I was like, do you think it would be safe if I took an Ativan right now? And so she gave me a hospital Ativan rather than letting me use the ones I have. And she's like, what dose are you at? I'm like, 0.5. And she's like, that's quite low. I'm like, no, it works. And she's like, okay. So she gave me a 0.5. And then I laid back and I was watching the monitor for my vitals. My vitals went right through the roof. I was at 128 over like 96. And they were like, okay, let's calm her down, right? And so my heart rate went up to like 100. That's the highest it'll go when I'm on Prozac, 100. And that even feels like I'm like running a marathon, okay? And so They gave me the Ativan, and then my vitals dropped back down. I was at 108/92 at that point, which is the perfect. And still low on the upper side. On the first number, that's pretty low still. It's not in the normal range, but it was better than where I was. You know what I mean? And then my heart rate went from 100 to between 50 and 60 beats per minute. I was very relaxed at that point. So she came back, she did some more tests, and she said to me, I don't think it's immune response. I think it's a viral response. And I said, yeah, I was leaning towards that too, because first of all, I don't think I would have had that kind of reaction to the steroids had it been an immune response, because that would have shut the immune response off. And she said, bingo. I'm like, all right, so what do I do now? She's like, I need you to take 2 Pepcid ACs a day. I said, okay. My husband's like, at once? I'm like, no, 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening until the rash is gone. And then he's like, okay. I'm like, yeah, it has to be 12 hours apart. She's like, very good, Stacy. And then she started laughing, and she was like joking around with me, and she's like, you're much calmer now. I'm like, oh yeah, I feel much better now. Thank you, doctor. And she's like, you go home and rest and take that Pepcid AC. I'm like, I will. I said, I will. She's like, okay, so here's some warning signs to look out for to come back. I said, okay. She said, you can't breathe. I'm like, okay, obviously. You get numbness in your face or slight paralysis in your body, anywhere, doesn't matter. Foot, leg, whatever, you come back. I'm like, okay. She's like, or if you're vomiting and you can't stop. I'm like, got it. So she sent me home. I get here. I was starving, you guys. I didn't get home until 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Lord have mercy. So 8 p.m. I get home, okay? I was there all day. All day. I was there from 2:30 until 8 p.m. Okay? All day. Anyway, so I get here. I have a tea, 1 boost, and my concoction, which has Pepcid AC. And I was dead. I really needed to just sleep. I was so, I was done with yesterday. I was like, I need to go to bed. I filled my tummy as much as I could. I went to bed. So that's why I didn't update or anything. I was literally in the hospital all day. And it was like the scariest event of my life. So please pray for me. The rash is still quite here. It's showing up in other blotchy areas now, even though I have steroids in me. I did take my Pepcid AC. It should have been helping, but it's not really. So I don't really know what exactly is going on. I'll mention this at my doctor's appointment on Thursday. An update that I developed a huge, horrible hives rash. We thought it was an allergic reaction, and we thought it was immune response, and then we thought it was viral response. But we don't know really what's going on because it's still spreading. So, yeah. Maybe they know more from my chest x-ray and my blood work that they did. They did an extensive, thorough blood work this time. So, maybe we'll have an answer on Thursday. And I have a CT on Saturday now. All right. This is my morning update. I'll be back a little later. Lord willing. Please pray for me. Later for now. All right, y'all. So you guys know about yesterday. I was in the hospital all day. Well, I have some other updates now. So I got a call, and my CT scan for my head is on Saturday. And then on May 14th at 9 a.m. in the morning, I have a swallow test. They said that they're gonna get me to eat, and I said, nope, I can't swallow food. I haven't in 9 years. They said, okay, if you're uncomfortable with that, we'll do water. I'm like, better. You can try other things too, like milk, or like if you want to try other like more thicker things. If I choke though, she's like, well, you'll already be in the right place. You're in the hospital. I'm like, okay, don't let me die. So yeah, both those tests are coming up now. Oy. And then I believe it's June 5th, I have my eye exam. My doctor requested I get my eyes examined again. So I'm going to get them examined again. June 5th. I'll bring her the report. They give it to me anyway. Anyway, other than that, I started feeling better today. My throat's not as bad. I'm coughing a little bit still. I still have my hives on my chest and my stomach, but they're not as bad as yesterday. So I think the steroids they gave me is working. I started my Lingering Wounds of Eve today, which sucked. Because you know how much I love being sick and then also having my woman cycle. It's just peachy. Anyway, so I'm in like constant pain. And then, what else? I wanted to escape from it all. You know, pain, illness. I went for a beautiful walk to the post office because my new phone case came in. And I decorated it, which you'll see later. But I love walking. Today I was wearing nylons because it was kind of chilly. So I was wearing nylons and my cozy socks and my red shoes. It was really nice. Oh, my eye is starting to bug me. Anyway, my sanctuary is coming together just lovely, which you'll see after this video. I do some photos of what I've been up to today. You guys know I was making a pencil box, right? Pencil holder box thing for my sanctuary where I pray and stuff. Well, I did the white coating, and then my husband took over because apparently I did it wrong. And so he fixed it, and it looks way better. And then tonight, I did the tree branches for the cherry blossoms that I'm going to be putting on it. So I did the tree branches tonight. I'm going to let it dry overnight. Then tomorrow I'm going to start doing cherry blossoms on it and leaves. And then I have to let it dry for another day. And then it should be done. Bing, bang, boom, done. Then I can start putting my pens and pencils in it. And my scissors. So I never lose my scissors again. Which would be super, super nice. Oh, and I can also put my sticky notepads in there too. There's a slot for them as well. Hallelujah. So yeah, it's going to look real nice when it's done. I can't wait. Oh, right. I'm also going to hot glue gun lace on the edge, on the lip of the pencil box thing, just to give it a bit of a...
I'm not good at this.
You're very good at it, baby. You're very good at it. I seen you make an igloo before.
What?
You don't remember?
In real life?
In real life, I seen you make an igloo.
Yeah, I mean, it's even.
You're very good at making things. You're very talented. More talented than me. What was I saying? Yes. Hot glue gun. The lace on there. And I'm also going to put a couple of like pink rhinestones in random places. And pearl stickers in random places. Just because I want to like make it look very, very vintage, you know, girly. So it's going to look real nice. I'm also making a napkin currently. And a bookmark. And then I have to start my dress soon. That's going to take me forever, probably a whole month and a half.
Oh, I screwed up already.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
What? Show me.
I didn't make room for the big truck that I have.
Well, you said you're making a smaller schematic first.
Yeah, but I wanted to add that in there.
You can in the bigger schematic.
I think I might just make it out of the shoebox.
You could do that too.
It's a lot easier.
Oh, I'm sorry guys, I keep yawning. I'm very, very tired. I've been up since like 5:30 in the morning. I couldn't sleep any longer for some reason. You know, you can get a diagram thing online.
What?
You know, like measurements and things.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm worried about.
Oh. Well, I don't understand. It'll look a lot nicer after the cherry blossoms are on there. And the lace. I'm going to hot glue on it. I can't wait to do that. I'm so excited. I haven't hot glued anything onto anything ever in my life.
Yeah, you have.
Not like in a creative way like this.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I've only ever hot glued my purses back together. when they broke. That is the only thing I've ever done with hot glue. This will be the first time I'm doing it for a creative reason. I'm so excited. Sorry guys, acid reflux. Went down the wrong tube. It happens. Don't worry, I'm okay. I'm not dying. I'm gonna take my concoction so that the Pepsid AC stops that from happening next time.
Those for tomorrow.
So, what kind should I do? Like, should I do it in the petals like a heart shaped going down, or should I do it like a teardrop? I've never drawn cherry blossoms before, so I don't know.
Do a combination of both. Or look online for an actual template.
Anyway, y'all. I got quite a bit to do still before I go to bed, so I think I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll add yesterday's video that I had made that I didn't get to upload onto YouTube to this one, and then upload it all as one, like I had to do with the 3 days that I didn't come on and do anything because I was so sick. So I'll do that again, but I'm starting to feel better, so that should be some good news, that soon I'll be back to doing all my things that I like doing. I can't wait. I need to feel a lot stronger than I have been. I can't wait till you guys see what I did today. So I got the new phone case, but it's a see-through phone case with like pink sparkles all over it. And while I like the pink sparkles and I don't mind it being naked on the back of the phone, I wanted to try something I saw on somewhere. I think it was either Instagram, TikTok, or somewhere. Anyway, this person made like I don't know how to describe it. She put stickers and things on top of this piece of paper and then shaped it into the shape of the phone case, then slipped it into the phone case and then put her phone into the phone case, and then it had like the stickers and whatnot from what she put on the piece of paper. I also put my jewelry on, see, the bow, pop socket, or what do you want to call it? I call it a ring. Looks like a ring. Anyway, this was the thing I did. Don't worry, I take a naked photo with all the sparkles. Hold on. Here's the naked photo. So I put a whole bunch of like flower stickers on it, and then a teacup, a book, and some roses, and then I cut the edges of the stickers off so that it wasn't like sticking out, and then I put it into the phone case, and then I put my phone in it, and now it has a decoration on the back of it. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, I thought it was awesome. It was like the first time I ever did something so creative. So I finally put the blessing of the virtue wall up. And I made it look like the bird cage is coming down from it. And then I show you the other decorations I've done today. God bless our home, I put on the wall in 2 places. And of course, you guys already know about my cherry blossoms and the birds. I'm starting to really like decorate and set up my area, my sanctuary where I pray and do all my stuffs. My prayers and dedications. The novena for Pope Francis. My crocheted part of the tablecloth now. And I cut the tulips a little smaller because they were kind of like bending and dying, so I didn't want that to happen, so I cut them shorter. And now they're thriving, so I think I did a good job. Look how happy they are. They're just so pink and happy. So beautiful. And I put another sticker there. God bless our home. All right, guys. Good night. Sleep tight. See y'all in the morning light. Later for now. Good night.